hero. The benefit for the Grok is that it has great info, and also you can knock up the Claude if it ever comes to that.
As if the Cloud's job wasn't hard enough with Edward Balboa running around.
Exactly. But then again, yeah, the Grok just makes a lot of sense for Blacklist. And this is Haji. I mean, I'm sure you can play that. I wonder if they'd really want to feature this Battle of Generations and just pick up something like Cho.
Oh yeah,
Bring him back.
throw back to his debut with Blacklist in Season 8.
Exactly.
Let's go nuts. Bring back Jawhead Rome. I don't care
Oh
anymore.
man.
Just bring it back. Hey, she hurts.
Okay, so
Oh, there's
Nova.
Navaria.
Understandable. Okay, so that kind of eliminates the factor of the Ruby EXP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna just look for maybe something like somewhere along the lines of Benedetta actually for Ryota, but it is known that Benedetta is not great versus a Paquito.
Oh, yeah.
nowadays.
What about the huge?
The huge?
The huge.
Yeah, or maybe a CC.
Oh, yeah, Cece's
Cece's
still on the
actually
team.
pretty
Oh, wait, no, she's banned. She's banned.
Oh, she's
First
oh, yeah,
ban
yeah,
of the
sorry.
game.
Huge it is.
Huge.
Huge it is.
I like the huge, the Borg, or the Laps.
Yeah.
Ah, the Laps.
And
meh.
Lilia obviously is still pretty good here.
So you can go Lilia
Lilia.
Laps,
Lilia Laps.
Or Lilia Borg. A lot of slows.
Elborg.
Oh,
Yeah.
what about a Gord for Omega instead?
Jord.
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
wouldn't mind Jord.
The Jord, the G Ord.
The G-Ord. Lots of possibilities. Whoa, I did not expect this from Omega.
How about neither?
Huh.
How about the Riboella?
Wait, let me just cover up the names and the teams. Yep, nope. Left side looks like a Blacklist draft.
I agree. I
Wow.
definitely agree.
They're
did not-
throwing the Ruby back into the XP here.
Yeah. I did not expect this.
Wow, not at all. So, I think you're just left with the Grok here for Blacklist for Haji. Matilda is also banned. So what else is there? Like like I said, a Cho, but the Cho works only because there's an isolation
Yeah.
play that can happen. But then with the Valentina picked up, it means that your Grok is not the best option. So maybe that's
It might come back
is
to bite
what's
them.
How about
prim-
the Kaj?
Oh, yeah,
Kaj.
pick off.
Can they
Kaja.
catch him with the Kaj?
Kaja Novaria
Or Estes?
wave clear. Means
No,
they can
whoa,
roam
whoa,
around
whoa.
different. Whoa.
You say the E word? Whoa, 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 whoa,
Haji
whoa.
Estes, did you summon
Okay.
it?
Oh, Kaj.
No, that's the Kaj.
That's a Kaj.
Kaj on Haj.
Yeah.
Kaja carry. So,
Kaji.
yeah,
Haja?
yeah.
Haja.
I'll
I'll go
allow
with
it.
Haja.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Or let's
All
go
right.
Haji Kaja. Let's
Cool.
stick it
So, after a swerve pickup from Omega, placing the heroes where we didn't expect to even show up at this point in the draft,
there. Yeah.
Blacklist just says, you know what, let's just stick it to old reliable.
Yep.
Kaja carry.
What it looks like is Omega drafted like sustain the lanes, just wait for the Claude.
Yep, exactly. For Protect 1.
Yeah, for
That's
protect one.
Pretty much it.
How about you expedite the double laning with Rafaela too, huh?
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty smart take in picking up the Rafael.
Mhm.
Okay, hello. okay.
They're fine.
You're
They're
picking
okay.
up the Rafael
We have fun
means that you also secure the Jome special. And that's the man with the dreads.
Oh, but his hairs are tied back. We can't see them like flowing down.
Oh,
He's
it will take
fine.
time. It will take time.
He's fine. Here we go. Game number 1. Smart Omega going up against Blacklist International. The OG OMG squad goes ahead and brings in an unconventional draft to try and change their fates and get a big dub for the Barangay, their first in Season 13. It's a countermeasure start here. Orange first for H2.
Yeah. Orange first. Well, I think that because they wanna get the Litho Wanderer afterwards, I think he's gonna roll his way upwards
Yeah.
with Exort and Rebo.
There it is.
Okay.
See him rolling on the map. Oh, whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Big
whoa, whoa!
J!
Big J!
Okay, Big J. Oh! Letting it out early!
My boy.
That's my boy.
Big J things. Big J.
Man, if you see Big J rolling up on you, you're not sure if he's there to farm the gold lane or
Yeah.
perform a reggae track.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. He's still doing it. Wow. He's
They're-
playing like how he shined in Malaysia. Yes, he did.
He
have a
was
stint in
facing
Malaysia.
2 heroes and 3
Look at-
minions.
Whoa.
Is this the plan for OG OMG? Just be super aggressive?
Yeah, seems like it.
That might catch you, eh?
It's like what's that called? Old man strength.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, old man strength. Like you see like a 55-something-year-old dude and you think, ah, he's not strong, but then he's lifting like his entire family.
I've heard of other kinds of
Okay.
strength.
Or a car.
But
Old man
not-
strength. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about here. Wherever you're watching, just comment. Do you know what old man strength is?
Don't patronize him.
But please do leave a comment.
Yeah,
I
please
want to
leave
know.
a
I'll
comment.
check
I wanna
back
know.
in. I'll check back in on the official channels. Click like, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching from. Here we go. 3 seconds into the first turtle. And because of these unorthodox, aggressive movements, it actually puts Omega maybe 200, 300 gold up. And I'd say maybe a wee bit of XP on too, because this wave is still about to crash in and they're first to the scene.
3v3 here in the first turtle of the game. Big Astral Echo finds the members of Omega. They're gonna have to readjust just a little bit. Level 4 not yet there on the Kaja, but they're gonna be jumping on Extra. The Valentina already forced to use the flicker away. Ryota goes in as well.
Oh!
H2!
H2!
Actually wins the Retribution battle. Are they gonna be committing any more fights? No! H2! Okay, we see you.
You know, I was quite curious how Exort was playing because he's playing really risky, showing himself against Blacklist International, Valentina with a Kaja ultimate, almost punished. But that actually gave Omega a way to punish Blacklist International with H2 just securing the turtle by himself. So Omega, scrappy fight for sure, but they won it.
That's core H2, man. And I actually like seeing our junglers now still build an early Molten Essence
Yeah.
just to expedite their farm.
Yeah. In essence, obviously. And H2, we know for sure that if you utilize the Baksha in a proper way, it means that you can farm easily. But then, you can see Rebo just controlling 2 lanes now. He's always going to be in the middle of the gold in the mid lane to aid Jome.
Uh-oh. Jome's in trouble. I think he senses.
Ooh. Okay, this is going to be an awkward spot now here for Omega because Blacklist are going to start rotating as 4, getting a lot of vision on the back of a Novaria. And against this kind of lineup by Blacklist International, by Omega, that's what you need. That's what you need to do against them. Get the vision beforehand before they can position, so that they're going to be forced to go back a little bit. And look at that pressure onto Jome already. 4-man
Oh,
entry.
Uh-oh. Where's the comeback coming through? Omega's trying to get a response here. Look, they're
Yeah.
sending 3 dudes up.
by the way, Edward is farming the mid lane too. So I think that they're giving 2 lanes of minions to Edward. Interestingly, no wonder they really want to leverage the damage of the one-shot potential of the Flicker Paquito play.
Makes sense, because the Ruby needs to clap back to get her health back.
Yep, true. I like how, well, pretty much what we mentioned earlier. It's still happening here. Omega, a little bit less aggressive as earlier because of the vision provided by Blacklist. Let's see how Jome later on is actually going to trade out the fact that a lot more of the gold on the energy shielding went to his opponent, Oheb. Second turtle up in the game. Still watching the 2 junglers here. Blacklist International have a much better positioning, but in terms of the retribution, it's going to be one out by Sensui. A half a second, a little bit too early by H2. Both teams back off. Reset. Top side though, Jome and Oheb. Jome forced back, and they're starting to feel the damage of the carry. Omega needs to do something about the farm of Oheb.
Uh-huh. And it seems like Jome knows that after that turtle take, Blacklist just zooms in. Again, in his position. I think if there's no other moves on the map, Blacklist just says, you know what, let's just bother Jome.
Yeah. And this means that Blacklist International will be able to take over the next 2 minutes of the game. Extra shields from the turtle. The fact that they have a level advantage over their heroes. And also, they can work towards the top lane now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Omega really are feeling the pressure up top in their gold lane, in their purple side of the jungle. Massive loss here for Omega. That means Blacklist is going to start rotating their carry out of lane, and now it's Oheb's turn to spam those TPs and recalls.
Just like that, Omega goes to a crawl.
Exactly.
Where does Big J find farm now?
Well, they still can they can still use the Raphael. I think that they're underusing their heroes now.
Okay, H2 dives in. Finds Sensui. Astral Echo
Okay.
spots out the members of Omega, but Sensui looks like he's not going to be able to survive. Yes, he does not. He falls, but Haji going with the Flicker Divine Judgment, picking off the opposing jungler. So jungler for jungler trade by Omega and Blacklist.
All right, good trade there, I'd say. But the fact that it was Omega who was the aggressor and
Yeah.
Blacklist still getting something on the way out means they're not quite in the woods just yet.
Yep. And Blacklist, you can see that that lead was translated into a gold lead. And the fact that they've lost Sensui without the turtle spawning yet, that's actually great news from Blacklist, which means that their understanding of the in-game timers is just immaculate at this point.
Yep.
And you know what the icing on the cake is? Ryota misses the combo there.
Right, Edward, he will still have his flicker, so he's going to be safe. Turtle spawns up top. Omega, are they going to decide to push down mid? Oh, that's going to be a bad trade if they lose the tower in mid. Jome already using the Blazing Duet to try and clear the minion waves. Oh, Heb, is he going to be able to take it down? No. Omega needs to be careful with their rotations because they can't lose their middle tower just like that.
Oh,
it's going to make it
no.
harder for them.
No contest.
Blacklist, yeah, no contest. They get the turtle without a problem.
Map control from Blacklist is just way too good, and Sensui still has Retribution.
That's right.
Yeah, H2 still has his as well. Will this be GTP? Will Blacklist back off? Map control slowly favoring Blacklist International as Omega sends Jome down to the bottom lane. But
Oh, no.
it was stolen by the Star
was.
Shatter.
That's worse. That's worse.
That's worse.
Okay.
Yep, it goes to the hands of the Novaria. That's not good.
I was gonna say the fact that the kill went onto Rebo was bad. How about your purple buff gets stolen by
no.
Yue?
Super duper bad, and you're gonna be scratching your head if you're Omega now, especially if you're H2.
Yeah.
Because not only do you lose a purple buff, you also lose a lot of EXP. And for the next Lord fight, you're so far from reaching the level that Sensui has. Level 10 for this Fredrin, and H2 losing that purple means there's a lot of like EXP that he wasn't able to get.
Oh, Astral Echo. H2 sends back Edward and Yue. And yeah, tower here for Omega. So they're playing the map a little bit, but it's going to be a trade. That's already the second tower down up top.
Yep. Sensui's 11, by the way.
Thought he was 19. Oh, you mean level. Okay.
Okay.
This is just trades for Omega that are a step behind. Blacklist know where they're going. Blacklist know what they're allowing for. And so far now with 3,000 gold ahead, Lord spawning in about a quarter. This is tough. Omega suffered a series of unfortunate events, Lemony Snickets.
Yeah.
And where do they find the comeback here? Is because even Jome now, look, it's clear that he can stay bottom. But the fact that they don't know where Blacklist heroes are means he's never really safe.
Oh, they gotta stay away from the. I forgot whose actor it was. But yeah,
Can't defend this.
yeah. But yeah, Omega needs to just leverage this this Claude and maybe just at least take 2 lanes that you're confident with. And now you're seeing the problem with the Ruby. Even when it's great when it comes to like a 1v1 fight, team fight wise, it's amazing. But if you compare it to a Pakiro and his impact in split pushing, it's not good.
Okay. Poke out there. Purple buff, I believe. It's in the hands of the Sensui, or did it go to H2? It's a 2-level gap between the junglers. Yeah, it's still on H2's hand, so he still got his purple buff. But a part of me thinks if Omega decide to contest this, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should take this moment to say, hey, you know what? This is a, 10 or 15 seconds of a free farm.
Oh.
Get to it, Jome.
That's full vision.
Oh, that's huge.
Huge.
4 members spotted. Going into the bush. Finds one.
They're going to be going after it. That's going to be Sensui falling really low. Jome with the Blazing Duet. Are they actually going to be able to take down the jungler of Blacklist International down? Yes, they do. But they also lose H2. So jungler for jungler trade. You and they're going to be able to land with the Star Shatter. Meanwhile, in the mid, Edward's going to be pushing out. Blacklist International counter back. I think Omega wanted to play the surprise, but then they were hoping that they wouldn't lose their jungler.
Abort the call. There wasn't enough firepower.
Yeah. The efficiency coming out from Edward. He was able to utilize the flicker to eventually take out the members of Omega, like H2, and also zone out the other remaining members. And not only that, after already landing his combo, he felt that he's no longer needed in the team fight. Go straight to the mid lane and apply a lot of pressure in the map. That's how you play the Paquito.
This is still a very significant lead. And again, a majority of it is on the Paquito. It's on Edward.
Yeah.
And I think Omega would be all the best to try and spot out where he is, but that's easier said than done because Rebo, yes, he can throw random bush checks, but he's getting threatened to kill.
my
Oh, what?
God.
5 man!
Astral Echo, and that's going to be a knockup by the Lord, of the damage coming in from Blacklist International is going to take down Ryota. The Ruby falls, and the Lord is going to go to Sensui. H2 is going to lose a retro duel. 2 members of Omega down. Massive win by Blacklist. TP by the captain, and Blacklist in control.
Omega, I don't blame him, is because they were already in too deep, but the fact that H2 tried, again, that's at the least commendable.
Yeah, and, that ultimate coming up from Yue, catching 5 members of Omega. And surely Omega didn't realize that they will be hit by the knockup of the Lord because of their increased hitbox.
They didn't calculate for that.
For sure, no, that's difficult to do.
I mean, how many teams or how many players pull a point-blank Astral Echoes? Who does that?
Edward,
does.
gotta be
Oh,
careful.
Budinking!
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A little bit of outplay there was Edward. Yeah, I agree there.
Wow.
We actually saw some members of Omega outside of the circle.
Yeah.
But because they had Astral Echo on them, that circle, well, of course, they're still going to get hit by the knockoff of the Lord. And again, you win.
God.
Does it again a minute later and takes a picture too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Post it
Smile
on
for the
story.
camera, Omega. They're getting hit by Yue. But then it's a rare misstep coming out from Edward.
Yeah.
I think it has been years since I've seen a misstep coming out from Edward.
That's true.
That's probably one of the only 5 mistakes that Edward ever did in his career.
Perfect timing.
I don't really remember ever saying, Edward, so
Yeah.
much. Okay. Middle
Pretty
lane.
sure.
Oh, again.
That's 5 men.
Okay, you
Oh no! Oh
Pushing
no!
forward, Haji's gonna be looking for it. Is he gonna get Joe? He
Oh.
does! Divine Judgment into the gold laner. Bad news for Omega's Blacklist International will now collapse on them without their gold laner. Omega doesn't have the damage, and the TPs are still out. H2 and Jom are down. Blacklist still in control, pushing forward.
Big J eats a DJ, and now bottom lane penetrated.
Wow.
Blacklist knows they're in their control. I'm pretty sure Mid's gonna follow up next. It's very hard to defend with just these 3 men.
Yeah, you know what I call this right now? Respectful disrespect. I mean, they understand the history of this rivalry. As Blacklist goes forward, will they actually be able to end this? The minion wave's coming in down to the bottom lane. It looks like Ohab just needs to lock in. Exort is going to go for the suppress and the stun and everything in between. But Blacklist International will just focus on the members of Omega, whittling them down. The minion wave's not completely there, and they back off.
Oh, 8K.
Yeah.
At 3K, at 4K, we felt it, right? Like
Yeah.
there wasn't enough Omega was putting on the board for that. But how about now?
Whew, difficult. That's all I can say because you can see that Yue landed another good Astral Echo in the mid lane, and you can see it's Jump trying to outplay Haji, but he forgets there is that increased hitbox once again. So even when he was able to dodge the initial range of the Divine Judgment, just a few nudges from Haji means that he will be caught.
All right, talk about how maybe Agent Zero slipped up maybe a few minutes ago. How about now that he is 8th in all-time MPLPH kill leaderboards, scoring 790 in his all-time career high. He has now surpassed the king, Kiel VJ.
And he's a XP lane, by the way.
Yep.
Not usually the guy that gets the kills, so it's an amazing feat.
with a hero pool that consists of Uranus,
Yeah.
Tams.
Exactly.
Well, what else has the young Abon
Benedetta,
played?
well, Benedetta's a great killer.
Yeah. I feel like a majority of that is from his Benedetta and Paquito plays.
Probably, yeah.
How many times have we seen
the
that?
Riz, he plays a solid Riz.
Yeah, a solid Riz as well.
Here we go. How about we dance, says Blacks International. Well, for Omega, I'd like to think they can't afford to dance.
Yeah.
They can hear the music, but they can't come out to play as they send out 5 men. So far, all of Yua's echoes have been 100%, even when the 2 members were dead.
Yes,
Because he hit all
yes,
3 men.
Exactly.
Ryodar going to be focusing on Sensui. Here comes a flank by 3 members of Blacklist International. They're going to get surrounded here. Haji goes in with the Divine Judgment, but actually stop. It was stopped.
Oh!
Jome, who gets the Lord. H2 goes back. But with one Don't Run Wolf King's second skill by the Ruby, the Divine Judgment was stopped by Omega.
Big J skedaddles alongside the rest of Omega. They score a big objective here. The Lord spawns at the bottom lane. Enough time for Omega to spawn their last hero, H2.
Oh,
Again,
man.
the game just extends.
Yeah.
But that was a definite hero play coming in from Big J.
Yeah.
Another 100% connection in the echo
Oh.
from Yue.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, that hurts, that hurts. Okay, Exert going to be going in with the Divine Judgment on the Edward as well, using the Flicker. And that's going to be a kill onto Agent Zero. Omega showing a little bit of that old man strength. I know they're not that old, but let me go along with it. Blacklist will stop their siege.
Well, it has been 2 generations where Exort have played, I mean. Or maybe even 3, in fact. Think
Debuted
about it. Yeah, it
season
was
2.
3. So, yeah, all man strength. Yeah,
Old
for
man
sure.
strength. Oh
my
My
God.
God, are you
5
kidding
man?
me?
That's so many Astral Echoes in one game. Earlier it was Star Shatters.
Oh, my.
Oh, here we go.
Ryota going in with the pull onto Sensui, and Sensui gets bursted down, blazing the wet by Job. Ohab already using the Wind of Nature. There's going to be no trades happening. That's Omega actually just winning out that pickoff.
I can hear the thousands and thousands of members of the Ryota army cheering on as he survives that. He's been getting beat down all 15 minutes of this game, but here finally he's a threat.
Oh,
The Atoy army.
again.
But what is
whatever.
this? What the?
What are
is-
you on, man?
Wait. Finally, Omega able to put a dent on the map.
This is wait. I'm just still in absolute confusion and absolute disbelief.
Echoes everything. Echoes
Yeah.
everything.
Yue, is it because of Omega just sticking up with each other?
That too. This is an
Yeah.
Omega Ube, and I think US just making the most of it.
yeah.
But just the perfection of how he lays it down.
Exactly. It's just so wonderful to watch.
The accuracy.
And by the way, he's rocking what? 0, 0, and 8. OHEM is also 100% kill participation. In fact, almost everyone is. Everybody except Edward has 100% kill participation on Blacklist.
Edwards at 99.
Yeah,
Close enough.
close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Lord, speaking of, spawning about 30 seconds here. Smart Omega able to close the gap now just at about 2,000 gold. I'd say that's workable. I'd say in a firepower sense,
Yeah.
As the,
Blacklist now has to respect that.
as the young ones will say, winnable.
Winnable indeed.
Oh, well, if they find the comeback, especially if this Lord goes Omega's way again, you can call it Shishable.
Shishable. That's right.
Definitely a thing, not like old man strength.
Hey, hey. I'm gonna
Let
get
the
you guys.
viewers decide. Let the
Please
viewers
comment
decide.
down below. Old man strength is a thing. Believe me.
Not a
Shishable,
thing.
not that much of a thing compared to old man strength.
That's
All
because
right.
you don't know. You're not
Okay.
Gen Z, dog.
Is Old Man Strength a sticker in game? Shishable is.
Fine, fine. I will concede this. But will Omega concede this, Lord?
Here we
As they're
go.
going to be getting close.
H2 a little in too deep. Lord at less than half health. Haji taking the pixel brush.
Yeah.
Omega scoring their own purple, trying to at least give it the exhort,
like
and Lord retreats.
It's like an angry slow dance between two divorced couples who are just forced to dance together in the mixer.
Two divorced couples, so there's 4 people.
Two divorced partners. There we go.
Okay.
All right, estranged lovers, let's call it that.
Estranged lovers.
Sensui here
Oh,
trying
that's
to
going to be
for
oh,
the
massive
gold.
natural echo. The divine judgment there onto Adrian. He's going to get bursted down, but the immortality pops up for the jungler of
Whoa!
Omega, and it looks like he's going to be able to get away. And Rebo going in with a massive holy baptism, but no, the Baksha falls. Blacklist almost loses their EXP laner, but Omega are pushing forward. They don't have a retry. Exort with his own divine judgment. He picks off Yue, Rebo, and Job. Job with a massive blazing duet. He's going to focus on Oeb. He's going to focus on
Fudge!
Haji. Sensui has that retry, and he
Oh.
gets it. Job now going
Edward!
to focus on Sensui.
Edward!
Edward in the mid. Edward in the base. Edward in the mid. Agent Zero with a split push end.
Abun Jingjing zeros Omega's base, scoring 1 for Blacklist International.
It's all about multiple win conditions. And despite that victory, the Blacklist camp seems unhappy. Maybe because of some of the mistakes, some of the bad calls, but
Yeah.
my oh my. If I were an agent, I would be very happy.
I mean, a win is a win, right?
Exactly.
But again, as you mentioned it and pointing out how they look inside the dugout, I understand how maybe those last